Hey guys.
What's up?
Hi.
We're back. Week 3 was your Sunday recap.
Yes.
We're so glad that you decided to join us for this third week.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not following us, go hit us in the link in the description.
Yeah.
We're cool people. We post all the time. So you'll enjoy it. Let's talk about Sunday.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Sunday was really good. It was a long day. It was the last sermon teaching in our series of the month, which was It's Me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. And PT finally got it right for the very, very last sermon.
It took 3 weeks.
Was it
3 weeks.
3 whole weeks for him to finally say the phrase correctly. As we know, he is just not a Swiftie.
He is not a Swiftie.
He is not a Swiftie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But he delivered a great word coming from Ephesians chapter 2, verses 1 through 10, which were a lot of verses to get through. But we got through them. And
there was a lot of words.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of good understanding that came out of it.
Yeah.
It was a big chunk of information, but it was impactful. And it led to very good small groups, and
yes,
it was really nice.
Yeah. We had PT kind of like wrap up everything and telling us, like, you know, often we feel that we have a whole bunch of problems in life, and Jesus is not the problem. It's us. And what's the solution? The gospel.
Jesus is not the problem.
Jesus is not the problem.
It's me. Sorry. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah. So he basically pointed us to like how the gospel is what rescues us from ourselves, from our sin, from separation from God, and from futility, which is a big word. That means, what was it he said?
It's action without purpose.
Okay, action without purpose. Yes.
So the sermon we talked about was really based around like rescuing and how like the gospel rescues us from a lot of things and how the truth of that is what is our saving grace. Right. Like Jesus is the Savior. He's gonna rescue you. Yeah. It's what he does. Yeah. Sorry if you don't like it.
Sorry if you feel disappointed.
Yeah. But like we talked a lot about rescuing. What do you feel like it means to be rescued?
Well, it felt more like so I imagined it like a mountain. You're on the side of Mount Everest because you decided to climb this mountain, and you get stuck halfway through and you feel like you just aren't going to make it. And then there's this like helicopter that comes, and Jesus is on a whole harness and he just bungee jumps down and he picks you up and he just snatches you up out the mountain.
Well, I mean, we talked about this at Young Adults when I got stuck on the zip line.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I will forever be thankful for Ryan.
Yes.
Because my boy came out and he climbed that zip line rope. He came and got me. Yeah. Lord, I needed rescuing.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That was a fun experience.
I cannot believe that actually. You said that was fun? I cannot believe you found that
looking back at it now, it was fun, but like then it wasn't.
Terrifying. Yeah, dude.
A little bit. I don't think I've ever prayed that hard in my life.
Did like panic sit in immediately, or did it?
Yeah, I started rolling back from a platform over 1,500 feet of trees. I'd be pretty panicked pretty instantly. I mean, I wasn't going anywhere, but
that's even worse. Oh
yeah,
gosh.
I'm hanging there, and then they started like pulling the zip line, and it was like bouncing me. I was like, nope, I'm done.
Ooh, that gave me a panic.
But listen, sometimes getting rescued can be scary. Yeah. But you're getting rescued. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Sometimes you got to be pulled out of like the really, 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 really heavy heavy situations that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God that we have that man on a cloud that comes to rescue us.
On a cloud.
On a cloud. Jesus comes on a cloud. I always imagine him like that. Like whenever I'm like, holy cow, like I've gotten myself in a heap of a mess. I don't know how to get out of this. What is going on? Jesus comes on a cloud. I mean, he's going to come on a cloud.
Jesus comes plowing down the mountain on 2 mountain goats.
On
mountain goat skiing down to save me.
Why does everything tie back to these stupid goats?
Everything for me is about these goats. I'm sorry, it's true.
I didn't see that one coming at all.
So the gospel is able to rescue you from
Yes.
sin. And then the second thing was that it rescues us from separation.
Yes.
But if it closes the gap between you and God, why don't we consistently remember and act on the fact that we're in constant connection with God?
That is such a good question. When I was kind of talking about this specific question with the middle school girls in our small group, it kind of came to me that, yes, the gospel rescues you from sin on that mountain, but it rescues you from the separation and that necessity to even climb the mountain to begin with. It makes it to where, hey, you never even have to go back there again. And why do we sit there and like continue to climb back up that mountain? It's just kind of how I understood it. If we're saved from having to go up the mountain, why do we keep going up it? And we all kind of came to this conclusion that like sometimes we kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
We get used to having that separation. We get used to climbing that mountain. We get used to feeling like, holy cow, I have to do everything that I can to like get up this on my own. We forget that we don't have to.
So my small group had a whole different perspective on it.
Really?
So when we read it, it was like, why don't we take advantage of the fact that we can talk to God? And I spoke up and I was like, honestly, for me, and this was so quickly it came to me, I was like, the fact that there's not a guaranteed response.
That's
Like
it.
if I ask you something, I expect to get an answer back pretty
Right.
immediately.
Yeah.
But we're not promised an answer.
Yeah.
Like if I don't feel like I'm being heard, if I'm not getting like, hey, yo, I heard you. And so it's a matter of if I'm not feeling heard, then I'm not going to want to consistently keep going back to that place
Right.
where I didn't feel like anything was happening. It's like
Yeah.
I felt like I was talking to a wall.
Yeah.
And that was a good pivotal point in my small group where
For
we were
sure.
talking to
Yeah.
just talking about it. It was good.
Did you guys like agree at all that sometimes it's really like easy to just be distracted?
Oh, for sure. It was like we were talking about sports and all of our hobbies and how we get so put into that we don't always make the time to talk to Jesus and to like read the Bible.
Yeah.
And we like that was a big part too, where we were all like, come on, let's do better. Like we're all hold each other accountable.
Yeah. For sure. There was one of the girls that she had said that half of the time she's like, yeah, I try to pray before I go to sleep. And then I get through like, dear God. And then I fall asleep.
Yeah.
And I was like, how many times do we think to ourselves, I'll get to it later. Like, yeah, like I know I should sit down and pray. I know I should read my Bible. I should communicate with God. But like, I'll get to it later. Like, I'll make time for it later. And then later comes and we're knocked out halfway through prayer.
Yeah.
So I feel like it'd be good for all of us to start doing it maybe earlier in the day, making more time for it to begin with, rather than waiting until later.
And then, like we talked about, if he created us for good works, why is it so hard for us to discover our purpose? Like, why is that hard to find?
Gosh, this one was really hard for even me to respond, just because it's very easy to feel like you don't even know what's going on. But I feel like it's a sense of always feeling like we have to get it right. We're scared to fail. Even when we do accept that salvation from Christ, we feel like well, if I try this and it's not right, then I'm a failure, or I thought wrong, or I just this need to be perfect all the time stops us from just like making the steps to say, okay, I think this is good, but God, what do you think?
Yeah.
On another hand, a lot of times we go, yeah, this is good. We just go with it. We completely forget to ask God what he thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good. And that corresponded with his last point as he was wrapping up, was that the gospel saves us from futility, which is action without purpose.
Yeah.
Because if you're moving towards something and you don't know why you're moving towards it, what's the point of moving towards it?
Right.
But if you're doing it with the purpose of moving with it, then you're doing it for what you're supposed to be doing it for.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was really, really good sermon. And even you said that some people came to Christ through the sermon, which I think was so great.
It was good.
That ties us into the first sermon that we had, where there were parties for the people who came to Christ. Yeah. So
woo woo.
There's a party.
But no, it was a really good Sunday.
Yeah.
If you want to go back and read it, it's Ephesians 2, 1 through 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Next week, as promised, we are starting a new series.
Yes.
Listen, you want to be there. We're talking about what God says about relationships and how you should be living your life. We're going to take a deep dive into the Bible, find you all the answers that you want.
Yes.
So definitely be there. Bring your friends. It's February. Bring your boyfriends, girlfriends.
Yeah.
The people you wish was your boyfriend, girlfriend. And then, who knows? Maybe church is where it goes down.
And if you aren't following us on Instagram, then you definitely missed the graphic that was posted, which is super cool. So go check us out.
Should we just play it right now?
Should we?
Yeah, here's your sneak peek. Look, I'm telling you, I didn't lie to you. It's a pretty cool, it's a pretty cool opener. All right, you ready? Sunday, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Doors open at 6:30.
Yes.
Can't wait to see you there.